Right, part 6, which should be the final part of this coronavirus Matplotlib series. Before I start, just a final shout out for our Monday live stream on our HyperLive YouTube channel. Come and join me and Sam Ball if you're wanting to meet with a community of people who are currently learning how to code in Python. It'll be fun. It will be a bit silly, and it'll just be an opportunity to relieve the mindless boredom that we are currently having to endure in our lockdowns. Okay, so enough said. Let's move on. Let's take a look at where we were last time. So we've done all the hard work. We're just going to be a bit cheeky and use all of the code we've generated so far to generate a new plot underneath our confirmed cases to show the number of deaths. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to be really naughty. I'm just going to cut and paste this cell here. I'm going to put a new cell and just make sure it runs. There you go. And what we're going to do now is just go over here. Bear with me. What I'm going to do now is I am going to the first change I'm going to make here is instead of having tie this up. So at the moment I've just got this single axis on my plot, but the good thing about subplots is I can have as many as I want. And if I put a 2 in here, I'll probably get an error. Hang on. Yeah, I've got an error. But you can see what it's trying to do. It's trying to put two axes two plots over each other vertically. So the first thing I need to do if I want to do that is I need to go through and anytime I put the word axe, I need to call. Basically, it generates these axes in a list now. So I've got a list of axes. So I need to call the right one. So I'm calling the first one from my top, and then I'm going to do the same again for the bottom. Yep. Yep. Okay, so if I do that, okay, that's looking good. It's the right position at least. For the last lines here, I don't need to worry about subtitle because it's just for the whole figure. But everything where I've set my axes, I want to do exactly the same on both plots, almost exactly the same on both plots. So I'm actually going to loop through my axes for A in axe. I'm going to just get rid of these. And I'm going to indent. And I'm going to run that. What happens if I do that? There you go. I've got that. So what I also want is I want. How have I done that? Okay, we'll worry about this in a second. But I noticed that on the New York Times article here, they've only got the x-axis labels on the bottom plot. Okay. So I'll come back to that, but I think that looks good. It's sort of more it's very efficient to use your axis labels that way. It's very obvious that this axis is the same as this one. Okay, so we're going to do that. It's a nice minimalism is key approach to doing it. So what I need to do, I now need to get the number of deaths in here. So I need to create a new variable. Remember, I've already got. Actually, I don't need to do that. Right, what I need to start doing now is I'm basically going to copy all of this. I'm going to copy all of this to begin with. Okay, and I'm going to come down here. And now I'm going to add all of these onto here. Oh. Okay. And what happens if I do that? Okay. So far so good. It's the same, but all I need to do to update that is wherever it says confirmed, I just use deaths. Actually, I want this to be up here. And what I want to do as well to get the number of deaths label is Ax1, and I'm going to do cases. This time I'm going to use deaths. That should work. Perfect. Okay, so here's another reason to get rid of this. I've also got this plot here, which is actually messing things up because this is the 7-day average for my confirmed cases, and now I've got the number of deaths here. So the number of deaths are much lower. So I need to update this and use the 7-day average for the number of deaths. So let's go back up here. And what I'm going to do, just so I know it'll run each time, let's go all the way back up and find where I did that 7-day average. So I'm going to reuse this here. Okay, and I'm going to have a 7-day deaths as well, right? And I should then be able to go down here. Black, let's change it to black, 7-day, and I've got to change this to deaths. Let me just check that works. Yeah, that's done it. I also want to change the colour of my bars to the sort of grey that they've got. So the colour that we've used, let me just have a look, is this one. Let me just go back up and change the colour. Looking good. Let's put the annotation on. So if I'm going to annotate here, I've got to use this. And this time I'm going to use deaths, and I'm going to call. Okay, have I missed any more? Yeah, there's one there as well. Something's not gone right. I'm all the way up here for some reason. Something's gone wrong, so I probably used the wrong value. Ooh, don't know what's happened there. Oh, maybe it's that. Strange. Don't know what it's up there for. We'll worry about that in a second, right? I know why that is. Because see, I'm still trying to put it on the other axis. Right, so I'll change that to a 1. Right. There you go. And don't forget my data point as well. That would have been this value. So again, I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to change these to deaths. And that to deaths as well. And I'm going to change that to black. There you go. I've done it again. Got to be a 1. Okay, so a few things I'm missing. I want to fill under here with a slightly different colour. If you look at the article, it's slightly greyed in slightly. So to do that, I'm going to use the fill between again. Except I'm going to do it on the second axis in the list, and I'm going to use my death series. And the colour I'm going to use is not red, but it's a grey. Again, I picked that off the plot using colour picker. Right, the last thing I want to do is I want to get rid of this axis here on my first plot. So how do I do that? basically it's going to be the same as this, but ax0.x-axis set visible false. Ta-da! I think that's it. Let me just check. Okay, so the last thing I can do here, you can right click and save this as an image, which would be great, or the other thing I can do is I can do fig.save fig, and let's call this China EPS, and that will actually save it to a vector graphic. Look at that there now. Downloaded it. What's it going to look like? Who knows? It's going to open it up in GIMP. There you go. Right, which is scalable. It should be. If I was using a bit of vector software to do it, it would. Basically, you got to use a vector editor to do this, but it should be scalable, right? Okay, and I think that's it. So obviously I need to be able to do this for any country. I appreciate I'm waffling on a bit now. So I think the last thing I really need to do here is I think I'm going to take. I go right back to the top where I started. And I'm going to take my df get country all the way down to the bottom. When I start this plot, I'm going to call that, let's do United Kingdom. And there you go, it's followed through. This is the peak today. Wow, 2050. Okay, so this is wrong as well. This should be deaths. Okay, this isn't right. Not many. This is not the total number of people that have died. I'm still on cases for that one. So, hold on. Bear with me a second. I've got an annotation error here. It's a subtitle. It's the title. There you go. That's deaths. And that's the sum of the deaths. Okay, something's happened here. Something's gone a bit squiffy. Because that is not right. And I'm not going to figure out. I don't think I'm going to figure it out right now. Yeah, let's see if we do another country. Hang on. Let's do Italy, right? Yeah, something's gone wrong here with my sum. Because it's about 15,000 in Italy. I think the cases looks about right. No, this isn't right either. Okay. I'm going to have to go back and figure this out because this is wrong. I do df.head. I got that right. And that looks right. Confirmed. Recovered. I know what I've got to do. I know what's happened here. Right. You've also got to do. I've got to apply this function as well. I've got to do this for my. Yeah, that was silly, wasn't it? So I'm actually plotting the cumulative stuff, not the daily. So, I'm going to go back down here. I need to go down, 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 like this. do that. That's better. Right, much better. There you go. Right, sorry about the fuss at the end there. We got there in the end, didn't we? But now you've got a plot you can use to generate a New York Times style plot for any country based on live coronavirus data updates. And I think it's been updated recently as well. Okay, so there you go. That's the end of this video series. Thanks for watching.